The forgotten wood dip that outlasts modern lumber. Ancient timber secrets. Builders don't want you to know modern treated lumber promises decades. This ancient wood dip. Some of it survived centuries. No toxic chemicals. No factory pressure tanks. Just pine tar, linseed oil, hardwood ash, and old-world survival knowledge that laughed in the face of rot, rain, insects, and time itself. And here's the crazy part. Some of the strongest wooden structures ever built used this exact tactic long before modern chemical treatments even existed. Viking ships. Old barns. Bridges. Coastal homes. Even military supply structures during World War II borrowed similar preservation methods when industrial materials ran low. This wasn't folklore. This was battlefield-level material science before science had a fancy name. The ancient formula hidden in plain sight. The secret started with pine tar. Thick. Black. Sticky. Smelled like smoke and earth mixed together. Ancient builders understood something modern companies often ignore. Water is the enemy, not age. Pine tar created a waterproof skin over timber while still allowing the wood to breathe. That mattered. Modern sealants often trap moisture inside the wood, slowly rotting it from the inside out. But pine tar moved differently. It flexed with the seasons. Expanded in heat. Hardened in cold. Like armor that adapted instead of cracking. Then came boiled linseed oil. This stuff soaked deep into the wood fibers like liquid preservation. It hardened inside the grain and reduced splitting, swelling, and moisture damage. Old shipbuilders were obsessed with it for a reason. Timber treated with linseed oil could survive brutal winters, salty air, and years of punishment. But the real sleeper ingredient was hardwood ash. Yeah. Ash. Ancient craftsmen mixed fine hardwood ash into the coating because it created natural alkalinity. Bugs hated it. Mold struggled to grow on it. Rot slowed down massively. The ash also thickened the mixture, helping it cling to wood longer during storms and wet seasons. Simple ingredients. Brutal effectiveness. Why ancient timber lasted longer? Here's where modern construction gets exposed. A lot of today's treated lumber is designed around speed and mass production. Fast-grown wood. Chemical injections. Short-term protection. It works, until it doesn't. Ancient builders thought differently. They selected dense slow-grown timber and paired it with preservation methods that worked with nature instead of against it. The wood dip wasn't just painted on either. Timber was often heated first to open the pores. Then the mixture was applied while warm, allowing deep penetration into the grain. Some builders even submerged entire beams for days. That's next-level preservation. And honestly, some historians believe these methods helped certain wooden structures survive over 200 years with surprisingly little decay. Not bad for primitive technology. The World War II connection. During World War II, material shortages forced many builders and military engineers to revisit older preservation tricks. Synthetic chemicals weren't always available. Field repairs had to be fast and reliable. Natural wood treatments made a comeback in certain regions because they could be produced locally and applied quickly. Pine tar especially became valuable again for waterproofing timber, ropes, and marine equipment. When global supply chains collapse, ancient tactics suddenly stop looking ancient. Why nobody talks about this today? Because modern systems profit from replacement. A wood treatment that lasts generations doesn't exactly fuel constant sales. Ancient builders created structures meant to outlive them. That mindset barely exists now. But these old formulas still work. Even today, Many restoration experts quietly use pine tar and linseed oil blends on historic buildings because synthetic coatings often fail faster on old timber. That says everything. The ancient tactic that refused to dye this forgotten wood dip wasn't magic. It was observation. Trial and error. Generations of people studying what survived storms, floods, insects, and time. And maybe that's the real lesson here. Sometimes the old ways lasted because they were smarter, not simpler. If you enjoyed uncovering this forgotten survival knowledge, make sure to subscribe to Ancient Tactics and share this video with someone who still appreciates real craftsmanship. Because history hides some of the toughest secrets ever built.